All right, New York becomes the final state in the U.S. to allow for no-fault divorce. That means a couple can divorce without pointing fingers at each other. But not everyone thinks the law is such a good idea. Joining us right now is divorce attorney and author of the book, Your Premarital Survival Guide, Vikki Ziegler. So nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about your book, which is basically how not to get divorced, and you're a divorce attorney, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about this no-fault divorce. Is this really going to change anything? Because people were still getting divorced and they were making up reasons.
Right. Well, I think it's going to be better for the state of New York, for the people that are actually getting divorced. They don't have to lie under oath and make up things that actually weren't true. You're going to be able to get divorced within 6 months, not 1 year. So it's going to expedite the process, and it's going to make it less acrimonious. You know, when you file a divorce complaint, you have to allege nasty things in it. If you want to, you still have that option, but it really, if you don't want to...
If you still want to allege nasty things, go ahead and do it.
Adultery's still there, abandonment's still there. They haven't taken anything away. They've just added that additional no-fault allegation that says basically our marriage is over, it's irretrievably broken, and it's been more than 6 months. It's a good thing for New York. It's been since 1985. Every other state in the country has it. I don't know what they waited for so long for, but it's a very good thing.
But let me ask you, does it make divorce too easy now?
No, I don't think so, because we're the divorce attorneys, we're the last resort. You know, usually you want to make it work, you want to try. If one person wants to get divorced, you have that option. I think it's just an expedited tool to make it less acrimonious, less contentious. And you know what? People get married. They have to learn about how to stay in a happy marriage. It's not the divorce attorney's fault or the process. No divorce is alike, and it's a very difficult kind of, there's no panacea to make that process easy. I think we're the last resort. I don't think that can't blame this for making people get divorced.
What about the alimony formula? Is it different now under this no-fault?
Yes, it is, and I think a lot of people are raising their eyebrows. Divorce attorneys really don't understand the formula just yet, and basically they're focusing on temporary maintenance.
All right, give us an idea. What is it? 30% of the higher-earning spouse's income minus 20% of the lower-earning spouse? What? This is like blah, blah, blah in my head.
And attorneys are not that great at math, so yeah, we have to have our alimony calculator right next to us, and yes, it's the lesser of two payments. It's either the 30% minus the 20% or the combination of both parties' income. Take 40%, you minus the less spouse, the one that's not making as much money, and you come up with a formula. So it's confusing.
Isn't it just much easier to stay married and be miserable?
No. It's better to stay married and work on it. Work on it. We want happy marriages. We want children to see what good relationships look like.
Vikki, I love the fact that you're a divorce attorney. That's how you make your money. And you wrote this book about how to stay married. What is this book about?
I know. Everyone thinks I'm absolutely crazy, but you know what? I'd love to be put out of business. The key really is about bringing young couples into this world and making sure that they understand what it takes to be in a happy marriage. The divorce statistics are clear. 1 in every 2 marriages fail, and that's first-time marriages. It gets higher at 64% for second, 74% for third. We need to teach people the basics. Go back to really the roots of what marriage is about, and, you know, talk about money, talk about the communication issues. You know, what is your role in a relationship? Those are the things that are going to keep people married. And you know what? We won't even be talking about divorce laws at that point, because everyone will be in happy marriages if they want to be.
All right. Meanwhile, you can relate to this personally, right?
Professionally, personally, absolutely. So I can walk in everybody's shoes, and I speak the talk. I know what I'm talking about.
Right. Vikki Ziegler, thank you so much for coming in and explaining this no-fault divorce. How do you get divorced from your TV partner?
I'll tell you later.
Hey.
Okay.
Well,
just checking.
Their book, by the way, is quite onerous. Page 4, you can't even date. You can't date while you're married. Terrible.
You can't date.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Vikki. All right, let's go over to Mike and get a check on the weather.
All right,